My husband doesn't understand that I want a limited relationship with his son. Sorry for the long post. I've made a throwaway account for this since the subject is so personal. My husband, 49, was married before and has 2 sons. One is 28 and the other one is 21. We've dated for 4 years and have been married for almost 2. I have no children of my own and did not want to admit it to himself for the past 4 or 5 years. He just started taking medication this past December and has done better. Due to him being unmedicated bipolar for so long, he's done really messed up things around me to where I didn't only feel emotionally unsafe, but also physically. He would yell at me within inches of my face, insult me, lie to me. One time, he grabbed the car's steering wheel while driving him on the interstate. He's hit his dad in the face before and just been all round violent and horrible in the past. I'd hide all the knives in the house and would have recurring nightmares of him trying to kill me and his dad for a long time. I really don't want to be around him, even though he is better, because I get extremely anxious around him. I almost get this fight or flight feeling when he's around and either leave or just get quiet and give really short answers. This is especially the case when my husband springs a surprise visit, and I feel like I can't mentally prepare to see him. I've told my husband before that I've noticed his son has been doing better being on medication, etc. And if he just gives me days heads up, I'm cool being around him. But he doesn't get it and thinks I am acting crazy and that I should just be able to forget the past and forgive. I feel conflicted because I know the son is doing better, but my body seems to get this urge to protect itself. When I talk to him, my left hand usually starts shaking and I feel an overwhelming sense of dread where I either want to leave or get really defensive. Also, my mum was bipolar growing up and she committed suicide when I was 16. She would get manic/erratic and depressed, so it was a very confusing and difficult time of my life. I don't know if this just brings back situations and emotions I've compartmentalized as a teenager, and he triggers this. I've gone to therapy to deal with what happened with my mum and felt genuinely at peace about it. But since being around my husband and his son, I feel like I've gone backward. Have any of you gone through anything similar? How do you minimize the effect this can have on your marriage? Is there any way I could communicate better with my spouse? Too long, don't read. Husband has a son who is bipolar. I've great difficulty being around him, and it's affecting my relationship. I don't know how to communicate with my husband about update. Thank you for the advice and words of encouragement. This is more kindness than I ever expected, and I really appreciate everybody who gave me heartfelt advice. I've made an appointment with a therapist close by that specializes in trauma and done research throughout the day and ordered the books The Body Never Forgets and The Body Keeps Score. I'm sorry if I gave insufficient information. This was the extent of what I was willing to share. I am also aware that my husband will never have to choose between me and his son, nor would I ever put him in that situation. I spoke to my husband today, and while he doesn't seem to really understand what I'm saying, he understands that I need a heads up, hoping therapy will help. But I can't express enough thanks for all the advice and kindness this community has given me today, and I can't even show you what this meant to me today. So 1,000,000 times thank you. Make an appointment with your therapist and have your husband join you so you can talk about this in a safe emotional space. You should consider returning to therapy about. Have you explained to your husband that a lot of the fear you had as a child has come back up and that you've needed therapy previously to deal with it? Adding to the other posters, given his past behavior and your experience growing up, your husband should be willing to accommodate you. Your request for notice if he's going to invite his son over. Perhaps after therapy with your husband, this won't be necessary, but until that time, he should be concerned with your well-being.